It's all becoming so overwhelming. The Starborn, the artifact visions, the music. Is it all worth it?
Mateo, are you having a crisis of faith? You?
What if the Starborn are right? What if our hunt for the artifacts is a fool's errand, doomed to failure and catastrophe?
You think we're doing the wrong thing? We just want answers. Isn't that why we all joined in the first place? The noble quest of discovery?
Agreed. We should not abandon our mission when things become difficult.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to shame either of you. Blame the workings of a worried mind. I just hope that this journey doesn't turn us into something that we wouldn't recognize from where we are now.
Hate to interrupt, but I have a favor to ask. Lot of equipment on the Eye has reached the span's end. If we're going to find more artifacts further out, we need work done. Got the nods and signs from Sarah and Walter for the materials, but I need hands. Won't be going alone. Need more than just the you and I. Asked around. A few constellations are already on their way up.
Take a break. Let's chat. See you on the Eye. Anything that gets us closer to more artifacts is a
Going
good
to take a
idea,
lot
Mike.
of hands to shore up the Eye.
We've always considered ourselves explorers, but this really is uncharted territory, isn't it? Oh, gosh, no. Until you arrived, we only had the two, and the vaguest sense that there's still so much we don't know. Well, right now, nothing's off the table. Metallurgy. One thing I'm really trying to improve is my overall database of xenobiology. Speaking of, if you're gonna be out there looking for more artifacts, there's a galaxy chock full of, and if it sweetens the deal, I can pay. Great, let's see what you have. Of course, we have a board where we... You mean what could be the big... Scans are still... There are so many questions. They did open... It was one thing when this... I know we'll figure it out. Stay safe, okay?
Bet you never expected to end up involved in... Well, I had made a really incredible... So I tried to steal it back. In the process, after a long talk, we realized Second one was on Kazal, buried the same... But the first one, right under our noses for years. Can you imagine? But... There's certain... We've been operating... I just think we should be open. I did say it was never meant it to... It's the argument I have... We have all of them at our disposal. Take care of yourself.
Well, if it isn't the newest addition to the family.
Sarah was just regaling us with a story involving her and Vladimir that is clearly 100% fabricated.
Are you calling me a liar, Cartray?
No, ma'am. Wouldn't dream of it.
At this point, we've all got stories that sound made up. Lucky that all of us here know they're true.
Some of our stories are a bit weirder than others, you gotta admit.
Okay, sure, but it's not a contest, Barrett. None of us thought we'd end up here like this. I was sure I'd have a nice, quiet, boring career in Mast.
I kind of figured I'd just keep securing religious relics.
Sorry, I couldn't quite hear that. Did you say securing or stealing?
You're never gonna let it go, are you?
You should know by now that is not how Walter operates. He never lets anything go. It's gotten him this far.
Now, Andreja, I'm sure your answer would be something about the life of a smuggler. Am I right?
It was perhaps not my plan, but my options were limited.
Hey, no judgment here. In addition to weird stories, I think we've all done a few things we're not proud of.
And that is one contest Barrett would definitely win.
What about you? I know you were kind of thrown into all this.
Discovered an artifact and tussled with pirates all on her first day. No big deal, right? I think we've all said, or at least thought, something similar.
Too right. We're all here for a reason, and a damn good one.
That's why we're all here. Even as this gets weirder and weirder.
It's all important. Probably the most important thing there is. And soon, we're gonna understand what it all means.
The optimism in this room right now could power all of New Atlantis. I love it.
We have an incredibly capable group of people here. We have a path to follow, and we're going to see where it leads. We're going to figure out what this all means, and look after each other along the way. No matter what happens, we're all in this together.
I'll drink to that.
I'll be heading to the Eye to assist momentarily.
Sarah's the best possible person to be running Constellation at a time
I want
like
you
this.
helping Vladimir when you
Focused,
can.
no
We can't find
nonsense,
more artifacts
and
without the
dedicated.
Eye.
My attention's glue is on the station monitors. Check with the others.
Just grab a wrench. Should be quick. Lend a hand? Grab a couple of wrenches and let's tighten this equipment down. We'll fire everything up once it's all tightened down. Just grab a wrench. Should be quick. We'll fire everything up once it's all tightened down. Well, I'm certain that wasn't supposed to happen. Check with Vladimir?
You color the wrong wires. Station showing red. Nastier than I measured. Figured a few of the parts might be iffy.
Oh, I should have checked the compatibility when we made the order. I can stay with you until we get all this fixed.
No need for the martyr's clothes. But as for you, while we're giving the Eye the sorts, need to tip your ear on another.
I wanted to talk to you, but honestly, I don't know where to begin. The Starborn's technology. Are you out of your mind? You do understand. This is human. Oh, we could learn so. The way they behaved. If we are to learn any. That's what disturbed. Can't be a coincidence that these Starborn. We know they're here. It's very disturbing. Damn. Oh. Obviously. Their name alone, Starborn. Whatever the case may be. To a degree, every bit of exploration comes with it. Thank you. You know, it's funny. When I'd remain there for hours, this encounter with the Starborn. Although I'm flattered. Well then, just do be careful of you.
Spend so much time looking at the scans. I can see star systems orbiting and don't want to worry anyone, but we got Captain Petrov, owns a salvager vessel called the Scow. Runs... Reached out through my hand-to-hands to see if we can do an honest swap. Think we're gonna need the crow. Left the life of a Jacob once behind myself. Not sending you lone hook on the job. I want Sam with you on this one. You two will be foot to foot though. Catch a smile out there.
Late at night in dive bars, about things they've seen that they just could. I've heard of things like the Starbone before. I genuinely considered mass hysteria. It's real. So the obvious question is, everyone's gonna be thinking aliens, but their ships were incredible. They had engines, weapons. If they were really alien, I would just I mean, it could be some secret Freestar for... Exactly. I'm gonna throw out another wild stab in the dark theory. Here's the hypothetical. But they go way, way beyond any place we've... Once they get there, they make a few lucky breakthroughs, and their science just... I could see them getting further, If I got it right, then you owe me a steak dinner. One way or the other, And that's... Man, the galaxy's too big to be... Take it easy.
Read any good books lately?
You don't have business with the Scow. Our captain is not taking visitors.
Oh, I think Petrov will want to talk to us. We're from Constellation. Got a lot of one-of-a-kind pieces from all over the settled systems for sale.
Really? You're willing to sell? I thought you Constellation types only took things.
Hey, we all need to make a little side money, am I right? Let us aboard and your boss can have his pick. For the right price.
I think that will be acceptable. Giving you permission to dock.
Who let you on board? Thought Petrov was done hiring mosquitoes. Or maybe you're after something from the captain's collection. Oh God, the captain's gonna love you. Just what I need. 2 blowhards.
We'll party towards victory.
Go on then. Petrov's got a whole little alien zoo in the back. He's asking for trouble with those things. But the lock's on the key. Strewn about all over. The good stuff's locked up in a vault for Pet... And before you ask, Petrov's the only one with the keys, so... Trade it for it. Some dusty hauling ore from the fringe. Was glad we...
Captain Petrov sure loves his damn speeches. Don't have time for you. Get lost. Moscow's not a bad ship, as long as you shut your eyes.
Welcome to Petrov's Palace of Peculiarities, the pinnacle of perfect procurement, the penultimate panopticon of prosperity. Ha ha ha!
Firefight breaks out, everyone on board is gonna join in just for fun. You understand?
You hear there's alien creatures on board the ship?
Those damn speeches.
Pardon? Well, gentlemen, we have a newcomer. Place your bets.
I'll go with buying. 100 credits says they leave with one of the captain's glorious golden statues.
You know those are colored aluminum, right? I say selling, but nothing the captain wants. You win, Bull?
Yeah. Count me in. I say selling. A cargo hold of all the oil paintings. All fakes.
Bold. I like it. Well, there isn't any such thing.
If only. All the stuff the captain's collected, and he never found something that would clean up around here.
I think it's by choice. Kind of a trash king chic, you know. Certainly not good for security, though.
Quiet. No spilling the captain's secrets.
Not for free, anyway.
I mean, look around, you know? This ship kinda says it all.
He's a self-obsessed megalomaniac with delusions of grandeur.
I don't think that's fair. He's just eccentric, like a best friend who's great in really, really small doses.
One thing he's good for is steady pay. He knows how to spread the wealth around.
Oh no, God no. Each of us works solo. We'd kill each other if we had to team up.
I actually think it wouldn't be so bad. We hang out all the time.
Exactly. I got precious little separation between my life and you two as it is.
What's up, newcomer?
Hello.
Howdy.
You meet Vadek yet? The captain's right hand. I've never seen a man so exhausted.
Pardon?
Got work to do.
talk to Petrov.
Ah, I wasn't aware we had the visitors. Wadic, you didn't tell me we had visitors.
We have visitors.
Excellent. Now that you've gone to all this trouble to get here, you should make yourself at home. Relax. Kick up your feet on the tables. I don't care they have scorch marks on them anyway. Oh, flattery, huh? My favorite pastime, huh? Between you and me, I do have something very special in the vault. Ah, but my jealous heart knows no bounds. I want to keep it all to myself. Tempting. I do love showing off. But my security team will have a heart attack. It would be against all those protocols that I admittedly told them to make. Oh, you do have a point. Because it's mine. That's why. Reverse psychology won't work on me. Just ask poor Vadic. No. No, for once I have to...
Enjoy your time on board.
You like my ship? Stole it myself. Well, technically I salvaged it from scrap.
You know,
but who wants to be so
if it were up to
dull,
me,
huh?
we wouldn't let people on the ship we haven't vetted personally. You know?
Are you doing what I think you're doing?
A lot of the guards here are bounty hunters, smugglers, or salvagers from the fringes. Shark stories.
Hey, you meet Vadic yet? The captain's right hand. I've never seen a man so exhausted.
Looks like things are getting interesting. Oh, we make a hell of a team. Better we get it than someone else. It's not ours.
friend here gonna teach you manner.
The eye's gone completely dark. I can't reach anyone on the station.
Noel, Starborn, came out of nowhere.
Vladimir, get out of there!
He already left. Said he was going to the lodge.
Who are you? What did you do to our friends?
They call me the Hunter. And now that I'm here, your part in glimpsing the Unity is over. I'm already on my way. Say goodbye to your friends. It won't be long.
Forget about us! That starborn bastard is after the artifacts! You can't let him take them! Pack up the collection, move it somewhere they can't find it!
He's right. We need to bunker down here and get those artifacts ready to move. Might need every gun to hold that starborn off.
What about everyone on the Eye? We can't leave them to die up there.
Can't blame you, but sure could use your help when that starborn comes knocking.
I don't know how long it's gonna take to pack up the artifacts. I'll get started. Hopefully this will only take a few minutes, if my hands can stop shaking.
Everyone take cover, now.
Where? Do you really expect them to barge through the front door?
Well, I'm not expecting them to ring the bell.
Could you all keep it down? I'm trying to work here. I'll work as fast as I can. Walter! Are you all right?
What's the wrong with the artifacts?
I have all the artifacts. Everyone, follow me. There's an old escape tunnel to the Well District. Come on!
Sarah. Sarah, can you hear me? It's Sam. Stop. Don't you get it? We're gonna finish this thing. She's... Come on.
Okay, I admit, I'll be fine.
He came. Thank you.
No tears for the old.
Vladimir! Oh, thank goodness! Where's Sarah?
She's gone. We... just means he's playing the waiting man's game. He'll be back once we've done all the work.
Hunter, he probably found us because we're somewhere obvious. High-populated area, just like how the Star... But the fact that they're competing with us to find the artifacts means they can't...
So we put the artifacts somewhere in the fringe, or on something that can... Fine idea. Starborn show up, you can...
Here, keep the...
Do you really expect them to barge through the front door?
Well, I'm not expecting them. You leaving? Gonna barricade the door once you're out. He'll let you back in. You too.
Oh, thank heavens. You're all right. No time to waste. Let's get going.
You're... alive. No tears for the old.
He came. Thank you.
Okay, I admit, I'll be fine. I just...
I'll be alright. Reaper has one less soul to sow. Don't give me the worried one's looks.
Dad, come on. You have to keep your eyes open.
Sam, can you hear me? Sam.
Dad! Go away! I hate you!
I appear to only be seriously damaged. That you are likewise relatively
It went... We held him off while Noel escaped through the basement.
Took you. Noel, there's a secret door in the basement. Leads right to the well.
Stay back! I'll... Oh, thank God. I still have the artifact. You!
Yes.
You're back. Thank the blackest sea that you and Noel are safe. And the artifacts? The lodge. So, we slipped from the Starborn's grasp, but not before taking a stab straight in the heart. We need to talk locks and bolts. Got the right of it.
The hunter, but the fact that they're competing.
So we put the artifacts somewhere in the fringe, or on something that can... Fine idea. Starborn show up, you can burn helium in one spin of the...
Here, keep the artifacts safe.
There's been if you're with the press, we have no statements to make about the attack at this time.
Attention. The spaceport has been secured. Safety precautions remain in place. Please wait for the all-clear signal before exiting your home.
We're asking everyone. UC security is sweeping all areas hit by the recent attack.
If you are a victim of the recent attack,
There's been if you're with the press, we have no statement.
we're at UC security is sweeping all areas.
Mateo, I need to be checking everyone's vitals. Now really isn't the time.
I know. Look, we all feel like we've been kicked into the ground 1,000,000 times over, but I think I have something. I'm serious.
Constantly will be monitoring everyone's vitals for signs of Captain. I will proceed to morale in the lodge. As the captain, I will proceed.
If I may, I know our encounter with the hunter is the last thing anyone wants to talk about right now, but he said something that I can't get out of my mind. Unity. Do you remember that? Because he was stopping us, implying that we were getting closer to it. The thing is, I've heard that word before. It's an important concept in Keeper Aquilas's speeches.
The priest? Is the Sanctum Universum going to bless our little crusade of discovery?
It can't be a coincidence. The Sanctum has always believed that answers are out there in the stars. Look, I know it's the longest of shots and the biggest leap of faith I could ever ask us all to take, but why not talk to him?
There's no harm in gathering more information. A visit to the Sanctum might actually be quite enlightening.
Thank you. I know it's not much to go on, but something about this feels right. I'll meet you over there.
what the Eye needs now. We'll fix her good as new. The Spanner's torque is what the Eye needs now. Been poring over the charts, looking for another.
Is it thousands of years old? Millions?
Maybe we should stop for a moment at the memorial.
When someone
You know,
insults you,
to pay our respects.
you want to just beat the shit out of them sometimes, but you don't.
Well, not quite what I was thinking, but that's actually a great example, Marcus. The man in the story was cruel. Do you know why he was cruel? You must feel what he feels. Understand his pain. Accept it. And deliver it not back upon him.
Empathy. You mean empathy? But you say it like it's easy. Like anyone can just love a terrible person who has been terrible to them.
Yeah, why even bother? I mean, isn't the cycle of humanity peace and war back and forth, like forever? Seems kind of pointless to try so hard for something that won't last. Nothing ever really changes.
It's not easy, no, but necessary. Because you see, everything has changed. God has given us the intelligence, the ingenuity to reach into the stars, to travel his path, to truly find him. But we can't do it alone. The only way is through
unity.
Huh. Yes, Andreas. Yes. Unity. Well, I'm sure you all have other things to do. Thank you for taking the time to stop and talk.
Alien energy unleashed at your command.
Keeper Aquilus?
Unbelievable.
Can we have a moment?
Oh, Mateo. It's been too long. How are your parents? Your mother still struggling with that azalea garden?
No, she figured that out a while ago. Had to adjust the pH levels in the soil. But, Keeper, I didn't come to catch up.
Oh. Well, what's on both your minds? Oh. Yeah. How humanity comes together, how we are to love each other, even as...
That's not exactly what we... Keeper, when you talk about unity, well, does it mean anything else? Something secret?
Perhaps you should talk about this inside.
Aquilus has seen so much. I'm really glad I can talk to him when I need to.
Something I need to discuss with you. Thanks for taking time to chat. I received a message. No. I wish it was that simple. It's not from Barrett specifically. It's a line list of questions. No, it's a... Exactly. Before I joined Constellation, I served... Yeah, sure. You see, the top brass demanded press-worthy discoveries to just... At the end of the day, I was in charge. Seriously? You know, that little incident that caused that war. Yeah? You once told me that you favored the journey over the destination. I failed because I was more... because of my lack of foresight. That's just it, though. Did I push too hard? Did they shut us down because I wasn't quietly sitting at my desk approving... Well, that brings us to this message now. Call it whatever you want. My drive, it elevates me to these positions of authority. But all I... Yes, exactly. If it's obvious to you, imagine how obvious it is to someone like Barrett. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. You have to understand. Look, it's clear that you... Please, it's not you. It's me. I'm just not... But thank you for being... Such power. It's incredible.
Now that we have a little privacy, why don't you tell me exactly what it is that brought you two here?
We've lost people, Keeper.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. And these Starborn, I take it they're different from the people of the settled systems? There have always been mysteries that seem to defy our understanding of the universe. We enter life as an act of some... So you've pushed into the unknown, not... I think I can. There's an old story, far older than the Sanctum Universum, of someone who walked the settled systems and saw every corner of it. This pilgrim claimed he found the true meaning of unity. I always thought of it as just a parable for trying to bring humanity together, but maybe it's more. In my story, the pilgrim met the founders of the House of Enlightenment and the enigmatic cult of the Varun. And he gave them each a part of the... Then he goes to his final resting place to live out the rest of his days in contemplation. But what if the story isn't a metaphor, but a code? A way of finding the pilgrim... Yes, something must be there. Maybe the answer will become clear when we have more. The enlightened work out of the well here in New Atlantis, helping the poorest citizens find the rune worshippers are more enigmatic. I visited her a couple of times.
I'll stay here with the Keeper. We need to catch up. And I wouldn't mind asking him a few more questions.
There's a lot of work that needs to be done in the well. A lot of people in need. If it's about the financial or food assistance programs, we are backlogged. Don't worry, we're doing everything we can. Oh, you're not? Sorry. Can I help you? Did Keeper Aquilus send you? Oh boy.
Interesting. It appears we've struck a nerve.
Listen, I've talked about this with him a ton of times, and there's no record of a Unity pilgrim, but since you both insist, our early records are mostly administrative. Humanitarian projects, group counseling notes, charity expenditures. But there is a series of exchanges the founding members recorded in a lot of detail. It's the closest thing I have to what Aquilus is describing. A man walks into the first house of enlightenment. The founding members just call him the Drifter. So they think he's a charity case at first, but no, the Drifter asks them a bunch of questions. If your philosophy is built on an individual's own morality, what about the second person? That second person might disagree. Isn't the problem of two what you're really looking for? And the founders respond, each individual must understand how the second person lifts them up. And it kind of goes on like that. He comes back every week for a year, same conversation. It's part of our core principles. There's no God pushing us to do good for some eternal reward. If no one takes responsibility for making the settled systems better, then we're just leaving it to the tyrants to bully the rest. Honestly, I think the founding members made it all up. There was a little more hesitation being openly atheist in the early days. I think they were experimenting. Fortunately, that got abandoned pretty quick after the records of the Drifter. Besides what the Keeper would say about it. Or in mathematics it would... Sorry, I couldn't be of more help, but that's about...
All my life,
That your ship that landed not too long ago? It sure is something.
I still don't understand how you can harness that type of power.
A visitor? I have all the company I need. He knows not the truth. He sends another to ask more incessant questions.
Perhaps you should hear us out before you decide to cast judgment.
The Great Serpent waits in the shadows. He will entwine the universe, and all but the faithful will be made as dust. That is the truth. No more, no less.
Now wait a moment. No matter how strange things might seem to you, there's no
It is not an answer, for there is no question. The Great Serpent will come. All concerns are meaningless in the face of the oblivion he will assuredly bring. You wish to speak of the Keeper's Pilgrim, do you not? I will tell you of him, and then you will leave. Jinan Varun meets the unbeliever. He gives false prophecy to Jinan. But such is Jinan's conviction in the Great Serpent, he does not hesitate. He cuts the unbeliever down. But the unbeliever returns,
Jinan realizes the Great Serpent is testing him, and he will not be found wanting. Remember these 4 battles, Jinan, the Unbeliever says. Remember these 120 rotation. That is all. I have heard of no such thing. If it exists, then we are done.
Oh, you're back. What did you learn? Was there something hidden in their stories, like we thought? Planets are often named by number. That second might mean the second planet in the system. What else did you learn? If there really is a location the Pilgrim wanted us to find, those do sound awfully like coordinates. Was there anything else? Yes. What he added to infinity. Maybe that point. Let's see. We have something that could be coordinates. Infinitum addendum. What if we break down the parts? No systems named finite or add. That just leaves in and dumb. Well, that's certainly how I feel. Yes, that's it. The second planet in Indum, at 4 and 120. That's where you'll find the Pilgrim's resting place. And from there, maybe you'll find the true meaning of unity. Before you go, you've now spoken to many different perspectives in our universe. I know you're looking for a specific unity. Ah, but what makes something like that holy? Gravity is all. And so you think this word unity describes...
With all due respect, gravity is no miracle.
Well, I...
Whoever lived at this homestead seemed to have settled in for the long haul.
what you would do. And I haven't been disappointed. I yield, Constellation. You should come aboard. There's another Starborn here who is very interested in meeting you.
I can speak for myself. Constellation ship, you weren't invited to this meeting, but much of our conversation has been about you. It's only fitting you should join us. I will personally guarantee your safety as long as you...
And think of it as a ceasefire meeting. You're one shot at getting those answers. Good. See? We can all get along.
Airlock integrity looks good.
Hello. Again. You remember the emissary, perhaps? And their ship, the Helix? I believe they ambushed you above Neon and demanded that artifact you worked so hard to gain.
Thank you for the stellar introduction. Your success is unprecedented. Before you came, we were just discussing how continued use of force against you is unwise. We are not a monolithic people. The Starborn are individuals. Some are united in cause. Others are in it for themselves.
We are all in it for ourselves. Some of us are just more honest. The emissary threatened your ship, demanded you hand over your artifact. How is that so different from what I did?
We needed to warn you off. Every encounter with one of our kind could spell disaster.
For whom, exactly? I say whoever can collect them should. And who gets to say that? You? Me? The emissary? I have debated morality for near infinity, and all I have found are groups of people enforcing their will on others. Rules and laws spoken as principles, but backed by arms and violence.
Enough. We have more to discuss. The Unity. You are on the path to it. It is a place, a gateway. It is where we were reborn.
So, I gotta say, this part is more awkward than I thought. Hiding my face was way easier. I'm not who you think I am. This universe is only the first one you've been to. I've seen hundreds. Where I came from, I was the one who ran to the Eye. I left you behind to protect the artifacts. And the Hunter killed you.
One of me, at least.
I collected the remaining artifacts, and they opened the way to the center of my universe, and the doorway to an infinite number of others. That is the Unity. When I stepped into it, I became a Starborn. It's how I've entered other worlds, including yours.
This is bigger than all of us. All the artifacts are needed to complete the armillary and open the way to the Unity. In every universe, the Starborn fight over them. Innocent people die. You've witnessed the power granted by the temples, the anarchy that can be unleashed. Someone has to decide who should get them.
Here it comes. The emissary tells you only the worthy should enter heaven.
You're twisting what I mean.
They're hypocrites. They use the chaos caused by the hunt for the artifacts to establish an order where they decide who's worthy. I attacked your lodge because I wanted the artifacts, and you held me off. You got away. That wasn't some morality play. You didn't survive because of righteousness. You won because of persistence, luck, and skill. As I have done countless times.
I was also human once. But what does it matter who or what I was when eternity is within your grasp? You're learning. My other self wants you to walk the path he walks, to give up, to appreciate the universe you have. Easy for a person who's seen everything, done everything. I think you should see it for yourself.
You've never come this far. Not in all the universes I've seen. The path to the Unity is opening to you.
You're going to tip the scales one way or another. Better your hand be on one of our sides.
You're already in it. With artifacts comes Starborn searching for them, fighting over them. I want a truce. Between all three of us, I will give you some time to think over which approach to the Unity is the one you want. Mine, or the Hunters.
Yes. Let's see how willing you are to live under someone else's rules. Just remember, one of us isn't trying to judge you.
I know we're not the same people we met in our universes. Still, it's good to see you again, old friend.
You might think the emissary is on your side, but your persistence is what forced them to tell you the truth. Remember that. The Unity is meant for whomever can get there. Don't fall for that talk of worthiness. Whoever created the artifacts and built those temples is playing a game with us. One whose prize is access to the center of all creation. There are no rules. Whoever gets all the pieces wins. And I've won. Over and over. I don't kill for the Unity. I find the easiest pathway to it. I've simply found that it's the quickest way. Talking, forming alliances, waiting for the right moment to commit theft. It's all so tiresome. I'll admit, you getting away has been the most interesting thing to happen in quite some time. As soon as I realized what had happened, I knew I needed to wait until this meeting with the emissary to decide what to do about you. They enter the Unity, take artifacts from others, employ force. All the things I do. I am many things, but I would never tell anyone what to do with their gifts. That is your decision, not someone else's. The emissary wants to become the judge of who gets to enter, but the Unity itself doesn't judge. To see what would happen, of course. You might not understand just how many times I've done this. Usually, you're the one who ends up dead, and whoever cries over your body goes on to become the emissary. Sometimes I manage to get you all bunched up and take care of the problem in one go. And sometimes the emissary has gotten to me first, and I never arrive. Hundreds and hundreds of variations of me, packing through Constellation. And it's almost never you. You making it to your ship on your own. It's new. I took it as a sign. I don't get many of those anymore. No, we always end up having this meeting at this time. But it's the usual affair. Can we make peace? No. Oh, how tragic. Honestly, I was beginning to wonder why I kept attending. And it's a bad habit I started a long time ago. Perhaps I just like meeting the emissary to gloat. But you have provided something quite new to talk about. Maybe you're a random die roll. Or maybe the Unity is finally responding to all my hard work.
I'm sure you have more questions. Ask. It is not an easy experience to describe. But the Unity will speak to you. Offer you the chance to become Starborn. You will be leaving this universe behind to be reborn. Everything you were before will be gone. Maybe that's why it offers the choice. Compassion? Or is it testing us? Different. I never know who you are when I meet a new version. But so much of you stays the same. It's hard, but each universe is precious in its own way. Mine will never have its original you in it again. As yours won't have its real me. You've seen the terror the Hunter causes. Every time a Starborn goes through the Unity, they get more artifacts, find more temples, gain more power. We can't let more like him abuse these gifts to destroy whatever's in their way. When all the artifacts are assembled, the device they create is called the Armillary. In many ways, it's a model of the multiverse itself. Through it, you can reach the Unity. And from there, you can become Starborn. Before you leave, I want to give you something. Wait to another artifact. But also assassin. I know dangerous thinking me. Seek the moon over Earth. There is a secret there. You must discover yourself here. Go to open the way.
I'd say it's worth every credit.
Hey, I've been talking with the others, and I'd like to get everyone together. To say goodbye. You know. To Sam. Thank you. It wouldn't be the same without you there. I'll have everything set up in a few days.
Matteo told us about your pilgrim's voyage.
You found it, didn't you? The meaning of unity. Wait, say that again? Multiple universes?
You can't possibly mean what I think you mean.
Let's take a step back. This is everything we've been building towards, and the implications are a lot to take in. Could you explain the part about multiple universes one more time for everyone?
Yes, I wouldn't mind a little more detail.
And that's why the Starborn want the artifacts so desperately. They're the keys to unlocking the infinite.
I don't even want to think about the physiological changes you'd need to travel between universes.
Plus what it would do to the mind? Enlightenment? Or oblivion? Like the Hunter.
You have the opportunity to reach the closest thing to your god that might exist. And you're second-guessing it?
One doesn't approach the afterlife without some trepidation. You're right. We have to see the unity for ourselves.
I know this has been a lot for everyone to take in, but we finally have answers. Let's make the best of them.
Not to make a sharp turn in a grand tale, but I got the eye fixed up. Bruised, but still blinking. Let me know when you're ready to follow up on what it's seen. These last glimpses from the eye are from the farthest fringes of known space. Could be the only remaining pieces outside the hands of the Starborn. Catch a smile out there.
Station is easily over 100 years old. Original Nova Galactic construction, is my guess. Built to stand the test of time.
Look at the state of this facility. I wonder why this place was abandoned in such haste.
Engine spin-up time almost complete. Total time 5 minutes 22 seconds. Right on schedule.
How are the helium-3 valves holding, Nova?
We double-checked the leakage concerns this morning before the launch. All signs green.
Any changes to the calculation sequence from Volterra?
No changes since we uploaded the last figures yesterday.
To think that we're standing on the same planetary body where humankind first entered into space.
One miracle of science at a time, Canaveral.
Then.
Counting down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Canaveral, are you reading?
All clear, Nova. Indicators look good. The ship should be cruising Jupiter's orbit right now. Visual confirmation will be possible in 32 minutes. Afraid the speed of light is on the slow side these days.
How does it feel to break the laws of physics, Canaveral?
We're all pretty excited down here in NASA, I won't lie.
Excited enough to tell me where you got the original data?
Not in a million years, Nova.
Unless I'm mistaken, that's one of the launch towers used during the evacuation of the Earth. I can't even imagine the chaos. The most likely way into the NASA facility would be via an elevator shaft taking us straight down. Hopefully the system is still in operation. It's clear the gantry was in loading position. I wonder what prevented this particular colony ship from lifting off. Completely offline. We should search for a way to restore the power and get it back into operation. Probably the last step before boarding. It's definitely seen better days.
Station log. Dr. Judith Tatien. The recent delivery from Mars. Station log. Dr. Judith Tatien. Station log. Dr. Judith Tatien. Station log. Dr. Judith Tatien. The recent delivery from Mars is unsettling. I was expecting rock samples or maybe fossils of microbial life. Instead, Dr. Victor Isa comes with 2 members of the military. Everything they brought back is under wraps. What could a theoretical physicist need with a sample from Mars?
Some of the artifacts here, when you have a moment, I'd like to speak to you. Something you need? Forgive me for pulling you aside again. The emissary. I don't know where to be. The fact that we are the origin of the Starborn. Humans literally reborn by entering the Unity. The same. I feel like most of the knowledge we've amassed in the last few centuries. Yes, that's exact. We've been pushing further and further outwards from our current problem relates close. But it has made it. Here we are, caught in the middle of some sort of needlessly violent crusade between the hunter. You'd think that a technologically advanced. It almost makes me wonder if entering the Unity. Yes, I agree. But not at the expense of erasing our own existence. When you pass into whatever lies beyond, we don't know what will become of you. Will you remember your life as you knew it? I'm just as curious as the chair of Constellation. However, after we enter the Unity, we'll likely evolve. You and I. You're a respected colleague. I'm not sure. Even if I accompany you into the Unity, part of what I do as chair of... Yes, of course. Of course. Listen. I realize nothing that... All I ask... I don't know if I'm ready to... Well, I suppose I've ruined them. I'll let you get back to whatever you... We should have a talk. When you have... I have an important... Phew, thank you. Before I was with the Navigator Corps, when the Colony War broke... Well, there was a particular... We lost 12... No. The ship was barely in. A shrewd... I believe you. We fought for hours as the shuttle launched. The last thing I saw... You're sorry. If I hadn't been so... Try telling that when the dust settled. I never even had it. Maybe. I don't know. Remember when you said no one, but don't you get it? That's why. After everything you've... No one's ever cared about. You know, I've spent... I practiced... Look, I hope you'll forgive me. They were clearly testing space habitat viability in this area. It seems as if they knew the inevitable was on the horizon. Left of this geology laboratory. Ironically, the surrounding rock appears to have sealed the fate of this part of the facility. to access the deeper sections of this storage area. I'm certain we'll find it. Nicely done.
I never actually got to visit your labs back when we were working on the grav drive projects.
Seems like ancient history now. Only thing we're doing these days is launching weather satellites.
I know what I'm seeing, Victor. The data coming back from the satellites is very clear. It's the grav drives.
All those jumps from the moon. At this rate, Earth's atmosphere is going to start sputtering out into space.
Can the drives be fixed?
I'm working on some designs that should...
My name is Dr. Victor Isa. And if you're listening to this, then you probably already know the truth. I was young when I first headed the retrieval team of an odd gravitational anomaly on Mars. But I kept what really happened that day hidden from everyone except one other person. Even she didn't believe me at first. But I have no reason to lie to anyone now, so I hope you'll accept this confession, whoever you are. When I touched the anomaly, I experienced 12 days of lost time. I met myself. He told me everything that has since come true. The grav drive equations, the tests on the moon, Earth's atmosphere sputtering away because of what we had done. But he also told me about a city thriving on a planet orbiting a distant star. Human culture, art, music, lifestyles evolving and shining brightly across all of space. What price would I be willing to pay for that future? Maybe you don't believe me. Maybe Judith was right and I'm just a coward who wants to believe his mistakes were justified. But everyone has forgotten about the real origins of the grav drive. This artifact from Mars. I hope you make better use of it than I did.
Constellation, we've arrived on the surface of Earth. We need to discuss what you've found.
And it looks like other Starborn got here before us. So, you might have company.
persistence.
Hope you're ready to die. It's like you've tapped into the universe itself.
Do you understand now why I asked you to come here? The artifacts unlocked the secret of interstellar travel. At the cost of Earth.
An easy trade, honestly. Why have one world when you can have all the settled systems?
You'd dismiss the loss of our home world, our culture, our history, just like that. What's happened to you?
Don't you see? The power of the artifact forced humanity to the stars. They didn't get to make a choice. How many would have chosen Earth? What gave Victor Isa the right to choose for them?
You see the hypocrisy in what the emissary is saying, right? They don't want to rob people of their free will, but then they steal the artifacts for themselves.
In the wrong hands, the power of the artifacts can make anyone a tyrant. That is why we watch over them. The only thing you're watching out for is yourself.
You're right. If this has been happening time and time again, perhaps they've arrived at a total deadlock.
Don't be a fool. The emissary and I may have our differences, but you do not want to give us a common enemy.
For once, he is right. Don't do this. We can collect the final pieces together.
Bravo. I was hoping you'd make that choice. And whatever it takes to make it through this, I swear I'll remain by your side.
Well, look at that. The emissary just became my new best friend.
You've made your choice. When you're ready, the Hunter and I will be at the buried temple. That's where we'll settle things.
Meaning, we'll kill you. But hey, at least we'll wait. The final round doesn't start until there's only one artifact left to gather. And if I'm not mistaken, Constellation has one or two to go.